of all the companies in all the places in all the world, the one that you would probably think least likely to get woke is a tractor supply company that makes its living off the mostly conservative farming industry and mostly conservative, rural areas, rural tractor owners, people, people who have hobby gardens. Most of these people are conservative. Tractor Supply is the store that many of us shop at. I've gone there many times since I moved out into the country. There's a really nice Tractor Supply store on Highway 60 outside of Hartford, Wisconsin. Pretty nice place to go get stuff, especially if you have a toe behind brush hog or a German Shepherd that just demands attention all the time because he's a big baby. But apparently they have now gone woke, and not just like a little woke, all the way woke. And it's a big problem because really this is most anybody that's publicly traded. You can kind of expect them to be ESG sellouts. But Tractor Supply has been my go-to over Farm and Fleet for a very long time. In Wisconsin, I don't know how big the chain is, but in Wisconsin, Fleet and Farm, Farm and Fleet, it's actually two different stores. That's where most people go, or they'll go to Tractor Supply. It's time to expose Tractor Supply. This is from Robbie Starbuck. It's one of the most beloved brands in America by conservatives. But what do they really stand for under the CEO's leadership? Well, LGBTQIA plus training for employees, funding pride and drag events. They have a corporate DEI council. They fund gender surgery. They fund climate change activism. They have Pride Month decorations in the office. They have DEI hiring practices and LGBTQIA plus events at work. Hal also, the CEO, liked posts going after people who didn't get the jab. And Allison Williams, when she left ESPN over not getting the jab, let's just say that those likes make it appear that he is not fond of people who chose to skip the jab. So he's like a total flaming leftist, the CEO. I take no pleasure in bringing all this to light. I'm a Tennessean who loves to support Tennessee companies, and as a proud Tennessean, I know that these woke priorities don't align with our state or Tractor Supply's customer base. We must make our voices heard. Hal Lawton needs to understand that we don't want our hard-earned money spent on woke priorities. If he supports this stuff, then he should spend some of his $11 million salary or tens of millions in stock on it instead of using the money we spend at Tractor Supply. The kind of hookups that you like is not an appropriate work topic. Events built around people's gender, like those, should not have kids at them and should not be funded with the money we spend at Tractor Supply. If you're disturbed by what you saw or learned in this video as I am, here's what you can do. Don't take it out on your local store. The vast majority of them are actually conservative and hate that corporate is pushing this on them. Email, call corporate respectfully, state your position as a customer after learning the information. Let them know where you stand. Here's their corporate office number. He goes through that stuff. Start buying what you can from other places until Tractor Supply makes real changes and shows that they respect the majority of their customers. I'm going to say this. Unfortunately, you have to take it out on your local store. You have to. You have to go and cancel your orders, and you have to tell them exactly why. You have to go in there and respectfully and in a calm demeanor, let them know that you used to shop there for a lot of years, and then you found out that they're doing all this crap, and you will no longer be shopping there anymore. You say, hey, I don't want to make a scene. I just love you guys. I love coming here. I like the people that work here. I don't want you to think it's anything that you did. But I can't support this stuff, and I figured I would let you know rather than, just stopping. Because if you tell your local store that, if every local store is hearing that, then that's what trickles up to the top. You can't play with kid gloves anymore with this. The local stores have to suffer because corporate, that's the only thing corporate will notice. And after this, by the way, there's a video with pictures I'm going to show you. Since this reporting, the CEO of Tractor Supply has now protected their Twitter. After tweeting, at Tractor Supply, we're passionate about life out here and committed to taking the necessary steps to preserve this way of life for future generations. Our new ESG goals are the next step in our journey to help protect life out here. Also, Tractor Supply bragged in one of their yearly reports that they donated more than $570,000 to DEI, including LGBTQ plus youth. Yes, Tractor Supply thinks kids can be trans and support it by the looks of it. $570,000. Now, I don't know what kind of subscription this person has, but if you have some sort of subscription product that you're getting from Tractor Supply, this would be another great way. Cancel your subscription and tell them, I don't support businesses that push this stuff on their kids. Like, this is the way. They have to be punished. They have to feel the pain. You can't just write emails. You can't just get trending Twitter topics.
All right, y'all, you're going to want to see this. I don't think anybody's gone into this the way I'm about to. It is time to expose Tractor Supply. What you see behind me, this is what workers see walking into the distribution center in Franklin, Kentucky. But it doesn't stop here. You might be thinking, oh, maybe this is just some woke person at that center who decided to do this. No, this is just tip of the iceberg. You ready for this? Fair warning, you're going to want to strap in because this is going to be a long video because we're going to expose it all the craziness that they have done that their customers have no clue about. This company is absolutely stupid for doing this. The vast majority, and I mean vast majority of their customer base is conservative, including myself. I have spent tens of thousands at Tractor Supply. First, here's some more of what awaits you at that distribution center if you work there. You might even be thinking, you know what, Robbie? Maybe this isn't a Tractor Supply center. Maybe this is somebody tricking you who sent you these photos to try to get you to put out a story that's not true. Well, no such luck. There's the lockers over there for Tractor Supply corporate.
By the way, they had all sorts of BLM stuff hanging too. Imagine, like, you're just trying to change your clothes at your locker, and you're getting pummeled with pride propaganda.
And they've got some cute Juneteenth celebration stuff to along with the trans flags. And here's what Tractor Supply has on their team member TV. I want to state I take no pleasure in doing this. I am a Tennessean. I do not want to hurt a Tennessee company. But conservatives deserve to know that this is where their money's going. And it gets worse. There is more. By the way, this is their CEO. More on him later, but I think you get the picture here. Let's jump to diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah, their CEO is a big pro-jabber, by the way.
Inclusion. Yeah, they have a whole section about DEI on their website, and you've got to...
If you have a subscription to products at Tractor Supply, cancel it and tell them exactly why. You tell them exactly why. You'll find somewhere else to get it. Ace Hardware is a hardware store around me. I know I could get most of what I need there. It's a little more expensive, but it's also local franchises.
Love that they put the stock ticker on it. I mean, that's kind of funny in a dark way. I questioned if the CEO was truly involved with the wokeness of this company, but I think this DEI statement from him kind of says everything. So you can pause this video real quick and take a gander at that. Oh, and look, they have a DEI Inclusion Council. In fact, they're so committed to DEI that they release yearly reports on how many more minorities they're hiring that year. Tractor Supply is doing such a good job of being woke that the Human Rights Campaign has given them an A grade. What did they do to earn that A grade? Let me show you. Their inclusive benefits, where they score a perfect 50 out of 50, include providing equal health coverage for transgender individuals without exclusion from medically necessary care. So you might be thinking, maybe that doesn't include transitions. Well, according to the definition at the Human Rights Campaign website, yes, in fact, equal health coverage for transgender people means that they are paying for transitions. So yes.
Yeah. So Tractor Supply is paying for their employees to transition. You see, obviously, they're sponsoring Pride events. Please, everyone, give a huge shout out to our purple level sponsor. I suspect that is a big sponsor for Pride events.
Is when they were caught last year sponsoring a drag show in Waco where kids were exposed to this family-friendly drag show. You might be thinking maybe they learned their lesson after that. Maybe they stopped.
By the way, you can get almost everything from the internet. I think that's a fair point to make. I used to be like a shop local guy, but I understand that that's actually more, it's very difficult to do. And it's more expensive. So sometimes you make moral decisions. Sometimes you have to make business decisions. Like Ace Hardware always has knowledgeable people there. I love it, but it's expensive. Like if you need to buy a snow shovel at Ace Hardware, it's like triple the price of going somewhere else. So I wouldn't like behoove somebody to, just say, screw it, I'm going to go to Home Depot or Menards or something and get that. But there's lots of other smaller decisions that people can make. Oh, I need a screwdriver. Oh, I need some, driveway salt, or I need mulch, or I need trash, twist ties, or whatever the case may be. Then you go to Ace Hardware for that, or your local hardware store that you like.
Using the money from their conservative customers to fund this stuff that their customers are diametrically opposed to. But no, I looked and they actually just sponsored Franklin Pride here where I live in Franklin, Tennessee. You wouldn't notice right away if you looked at this list of vendors.
TSC.
It just says TSC. It doesn't have the Tractor Supply logo anymore like it used to, but I was able to confirm it was them. On the map that attendees received, you can see the Tractor Supply logo very clearly at that table because that was their vendor booth right next to the trans flag. And
they literally tried to hide it. They still put the money in there, and then they tried to hide it from their customers.
Yes, there were kids all over this event. Even the Washington Post admitted that Tractor Supply was selling the Queer Agenda card game, which has now been removed from their website. Their CEO, Hal Lawton, is so committed to DEI, inclusivity, and yes, climate change, that he even wrote an op-ed about it in the Tennessean. Here's some of what's in it. He brags in it about how they've increased their ethnic diversity on their board and management executive.
Now, I'll let Robbie, him get his own, you can watch the rest of his video, but he also talked about, I did want to show this part of his video where he shows the tweets that their CEO liked.
All right, y'all, you're going to want to much more serious risk. It's not worth it. My wife got pregnant, no problem, a couple months after getting the vaccine. I cannot understand how putting your family at risk is a good decision. Why did you feel the need to post this? Oh, I don't know, maybe because her civil liberties were being violated? Any real doctor would tell you.
I mean, these are all Hal's likes. So he's just liking people who are jab junkies, This guy is, Tractor Supply has to feel the pain. That's the only way. Their stock is going up and up and up. Look at their stock. $271 a share. And if you go like a 3-year, look at that. It's at an all-time high. It is a 3-year high. I guess I don't know how many. 3 years is can I do all? Yes, it is it's still at an all-time high. It looked like there was an IPO, at $1 or something, and then now it's at an all-time high. Well, I think you all know what to do. Even Tractor Supply is not immune from the woke mind virus.